Obama cloning in the coming space war now at FreemanTV.com. That's FreemanTV.com.
Okay, I love sponsoring my buddy there, Freeman, and getting him out and plugging him in on any radio show that I can get an opportunity to do that. He's done it for me in the past, so I'm just kind of returning the favor. But here we are in the second hour, joined by Aaron McCollum, Richard Rao, Jeff Harvey, and myself. And I was wondering, Jeff, I know we're going to get into detox and a lot of these things. I was wondering what your thoughts are on organite. I recently purchased a bunch of crystals. I got a really good deal, so I'm thinking about making some organite pyramids that break up chemtrails and things like this.
A friend of mine, a neurologist, probably one of my dearest friends, he sent me one of those pyramids and one of the discs. And there's a lot of evidence out there that they're really good for breaking up a lot of different energy types. I haven't done enough experimentation with it to give you real rock-solid information. But remember, again, any pyramid structure at roughly a 52-degree angle generates negative ions in the downward direction. The organite pyramids I see, it appears as though they're attempting to function on a different level. Now, if I can recall, I can't remember the guy's name. It almost seems like his name was Pierre or something like that, and I've got it in my archives somewhere. But there's some information where he went out to the pyramids and he did a lot of testing on it electromagnetically, and it turns out that engulfing almost every pyramid on the planet is a big bubble. And that's why you've heard of these sleeping pyramids that people put over their beds to block the radar signals and things that cause you to jerk and jump in bed. Because all that is there's two theories. One, that you're launching or coming back in from an OBE. The other is that it's your spinal column clamping together to block radiation from getting into the spinal fluids. So we don't know the real truth behind it, but we do know it does block signals, and hence why I wear the amulet I wear. I'll put a couple of the pictures up of the ones we use to do this, but yeah, pyramids are something that you can use a lot, and if they've got orgone built in, I can't see how that would hurt.
Okay, I got two other guys on the radio with me here, so let's, you guys got any questions? Hey, shoot, man.
Yeah, well, thanks, Jeremiah. Thanks, Jeff and Aaron, for everyone coming on. You know, I was doing some research on the Shakti-induced neuromagnetic device, Jeff.
All right, Shakti is the lower level of the unit. Shiva is the upper level one. Well, it's not the upper level. There's one more past that I can't talk about yet.
Okay. Well, he's talking about the above Delta clearance.
It's not a clearance level item. It's one that I made a promise to Todd Murphy. I can't release any data on the bigger unit until I've tested it, and he's agreed to let it out.
I understand that. I'm just putting it into a perspective that they would understand.
Gotcha. So what is your thoughts on, or first of all, who is the other person asking about this?
Oh, this is Richard Rao, my co-host.
Oh, Rich, how are you?
Oh, hey, Rich.
How are you doing?
Good.
How's it going?
All right, so what was your question on the unit? That's the one I used to generate that OBE the other day, and that's what's been giving me these tremendous lucid dreaming states.
Well, I guess just how it works generally. You just strap it to your head, and do you have to charge it up, or how would someone go about getting that?
No, and let me explain the tech real quickly. Basically, in the lab, they built looks like a motorcycle helmet, and they originally did the tests with that unit. This one is they use these very small coils, and they take signals that the brain already puts out, and they send them out to the coils, which generate a very gentle magnetic wave out through the brain in the same way that the brain does it. Except what they do is they accentuate the left or the right side or a particular part of the brain to see if they can stimulate more right brain activity or whatever type of activity you're looking for. And so basically what happens is you plug a little USB port into each side of your laptop in the USB port. So you got one on the left, one on the right. Each one of those has 4 ports on it. And then the Shiva system has 16 coils it uses. The the unit can be used to do sessions that are similar to the God helmet session that they originally did in the labs. And that one does not put it around the circumference of the brain, but it makes a plus on both sides of the brain. And it takes the binding signals, the 40 hertz chirp signal that your brain puts out. It takes the amygdala signal, the hippocampal signal, and it uses them in sequences that allow the brain to free up one side or the other and different sections. So that's why it allows you to get some pretty, really, really amazing dream states. And so it's a pretty interesting system. You set it up with your laptop, plug the coils into those little ports, and you put this Velcro band around your head with the coils on it, and you lay down, you turn out the lights, put some earplugs in. I do my sessions at night so it's quieter. You don't have to have total sensory deprivation, but you get better sessions if you do. Some people have gotten some great sessions without sensory deprivation. I just prefer to do it as close to the lab as possible so I get the most powerful results. I add one more component to it that they did not test in the lab. Anyone who's familiar with sidereal time knows that center of the galactic plane, if you look at Spottiswood's articles from way back in the 70s, I think it was, they found that your anomalous cognition or your perception is 400 times stronger during the peak periods of sidereal time. And the Navy has a free sidereal time local calculator. You can link up to it, check what time it is, and do your sessions in accordance with the chart. And I have charts. If somebody wants it emailed, email me. Go to Jeff Tech, go to Contact Us, send me an email, and I'll send you the chart so you can see what sidereal time looks like, and you'll see where the peaks are. And then you simply go and look at the clock on the Navy site, and it'll tell you for your longitude what the time is, and you can plot your test sessions then.
From the way I'm understanding this, this could be like a golden ticket, if you will. I mean, it have a huge effect on people such as Aaron and Duncan and some of these other people who have, again, pieces to the puzzle. If they were able to use a contraption like this, you could really easily piece the puzzle together, a lot easier than you're doing now.
That's what I'm hoping for, and that's why I'm trialing every session that's in there in the Shiva system, because you can break the Shiva system down, that's the 16 coil, into a Shakti, which the Shakti system allows you to program your own frequencies in and do your own tests. Well, I'm going to do that after I've got all of the Shiva systems done and checked, because if I've found a couple of good sessions that'll help, I'm going to pass them along to others. Now, I'm going to caveat this. Just because the session works fabulous for me, some other session in the group may be the best for someone else. You just have to test them. And that's why we're doing this. But something for you folks that are doing the transcendental meditation, like I did when I was in the military. I told you 3 years into it, I realized I shouldn't be there. I started meditating, and that probably was the best thing I had ever done because it really helped get rid of the stress and help. But if you use sidereal time for your TM sessions, you should be able to get much better results. Because, again, 400% increase in anomalous cognition during those periods.
What are your thoughts on this, Aaron?
Well, I mean, we could do a whole show on my thoughts on this, but what I will say is that what Jeff has said creates a definite essential amount of information that everyone should not just consider, but should really look into. The reason for that is because there are a lot more people that have been involved in secret operations that they are aware of. This goes everything from Hollywoodized people down to your basic mainstream person that is thinking that they are nothing better than what they are.
And boy, is that wrong.
Does that have anything to do with how we're going to wake these people up? I mean, is this product? I mean, I have a lady here asking. I don't know if you're aware of Karen Kinsey. I don't know who she is, but she's in this other chat room. I have 2 chat rooms going. And she said to please ask Jeff when he thinks that they had picked him